This is a tutorial covering the basic tools offered by SeeIt Distributions, part of the SeeIt suite of data visualization and manipulation tools developed by the Science, Biostatistics, and Cancer Education Project. Visualization tools and options can be found by pressing the wrench icon in the top left corner of a graph. The tools located under the heading Groups allow you to partition a distribution and count the number of data points in each partition. The basic grouping tools can provide a simple way to explain more advanced concepts such as median averages, box plots, and histograms. To partition the data in a graph into arbitrary groups, select Make Your Own Groups from the list of radio buttons. To create a new partition, click and drag the green square at the top of the leftmost partition line. The number of data points between any two partitions will be displayed as a green number between each pair of partitions. To adjust the position of an existing partition line, click and drag the square at the top of the line. To delete a partition, click the square at the top of the line so that its color changes to yellow with a green border, then press the Delete key on your keyboard. To divide the data in a graph into two groups with an equal number of points, select Two Equal from the list of radio buttons. If the data cannot be divided equally into two groups, the left group will contain the greater number of points. To divide the data in a graph into four groups with an equal number of points, click the Four Equal radio button. If the data cannot be divided equally into four groups, the rightmost group will contain the greatest number of points. To display a line marking the mean, median, or mode of a graph, select the mean, median, or mode checkbox. To show all averages at once, select the All checkbox. To hide all averages at once, unselect the All checkbox. To see the exact value of an average, you may either hover over the square at the top of the line or click the square at the top of the line to display it permanently. It's important to note that a mode line will only appear if two or more points in a graph share the same value. Several mode lines may appear if several values tie for the most occurrences in a data set, as is the case here. To enable the sampling engine for a graph, click the Sampling Engine checkbox. This will cause one or two sampling graphs to appear below the graph you are sampling from. You may specify whether you want to see one or two samples simultaneously from the same graph by selecting the desired number from the drop-down menu next to the Sampling Engine checkbox. You may specify the size of a sample by entering the desired sample size in the text box in the lower right corner of a sample graph. Clicking the Show Points button in a sampling graph will cause the points included in that sample to be highlighted in blue in the source graph. You may manually specify what points will be included in a sample by first clicking the Show Points button and then clicking Points in the source graph. Clicking the Sample button in the source graph will cause all associated samples to be recalculated. Holding down the Sample button will cause the samples to be continuously recalculated as long as you hold the button. Any visualizations, such as grouping or mean lines, selected in the source graph will be shown in sample graphs as well. Finally, if you have more than one graph on screen at once and you want to apply the visualization options in one to all, such as a mean line, Simply click the Apply to All button. That's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching.